So today I'm going to be talking about buses and how I hate buses. Okay, so let me just get this straight. I'll take you through what happens. I used to get on the bus every morning to go to college. And that's what most people do, like loads of people do that. But then I would also get on the bus to come home, and loads of people do that too. But in Bristol, where I live, in England, we have a company called First, and they run like quite a few different buses just going everywhere, like many bus services do. But First are just the words to describe them, I just can't say. I cannot say because they're just the anger inside is growing. I just want to like just kill them with a big sword or something. I don't know, but they're just so unreliable. Like the bus is supposed to come every 10 minutes. 75 buses, which is the one I take, supposed to come every 10 minutes. Often or not, more often than not, it comes every quarter of an hour to 20 minutes, which is ridiculous anyway because they're not saying when it's going to come. So there's no way of you predicting. Like, there's three different ways. You've got the app, you have the overhead, like, electronic thing, and then you have your bus timetable, which is like a printed out sheet, poster thing on the actual bus stop. And you have those three things. And you can check the app, and the app will say one time. The overhead thing will say another time, and then the actual printed copy will say another thing. And it's just, like, what, how are you supposed to tell when the bus is going to come? So that's the first thing that just irritates me. The second thing, which is what I think I've already mentioned, is how punctual they're not. I'm not sure how to say it properly, but they're just not very punctual. As in, they never turn up. They turn up late. More often than not, they're always packed, which is the third thing I was going to go on to. They're packed, like loads of people on it, too many people on it. I just don't think buses should have like that many people packed onto them. They should just run more bus services, or at least run the buses more regularly, because there's nowhere to sit. You have to stand, and sometimes I've got a big heavy rucksack because I do outdoor adventure and stuff. So I'm carrying all my kit from the day, and my bag is like massive, and there's me, and it's just packed, and the bus is terrible, and there's nowhere to sit. And I get on the bus, and I'm literally standing in the doorway, like bursting. The bus is just gonna like burst when someone gets on, and then the bus stops, and someone else, like 5 people, want to get on the bus, and they get crammed on. And it's just ridiculous because like if you want to push the button, you have to push a button, then the bus will stop at the bus stop. You just can't sometimes because the buses aren't like you can't get to the button essentially. But it's just so like ridiculous how poor the bus services are. Like I've waited for like 2 hours for a bus one time, and it was freezing cold. It was pouring with rain, and it was just terrifying. Like because if that was an old person, they would be in serious, like their health would have deteriorated quite fast if they had to wait that long. And one of the most shocking things I've ever witnessed was I was stood in a bus stop, and a lady with her baby had been stood there for over an hour waiting in the freezing cold. Oh no, wait, she had 2 kids. She had a baby, and no, she had 2 babies, sorry, and I think she had another kid. And she had one of the babies wrapped in her jacket, and she had like her 9-year-old child holding the other baby in its jacket, so to try to keep them warm, and it's just terrifying. Like those poor babies, and that mother must have been so worried over those babies. But the bus services they just need to be sorted. So if anyone who works in the bus service is watching this, please do something about it. I know you probably can't, but please just improve it for people's health. It's not healthy to be stood on a bus stop in the freezing cold, like in the rain and the wet, and sometimes even the snow for that long. Something needs to be done about it. Something seriously needs to be done about it. And yeah, I just wanted to say that because the buses in Bristol are horrible, and I'm pretty sure they're the same anywhere else. And it can be blamed on several factors. It can be blamed on traffic, or the amount of people using the buses, or just cars on the road in general, and stuff like that. But to be honest, is it really that? Is it not just down to the management, poor management, and things like that? Like, surely they could solve the problem by running more buses. Because it can't always be due to traffic, or maybe reroute non-used buses, use buses that aren't used as often, or spare buses with drivers, have auxiliary drivers. So if a bus is going to be really late, you just simply send another bus to a bus stop midway, whatever, to pick up people and carry them on their journey. So that's something like that would fix the problem. But if you have strong views on the bus services in Bristol or wherever you live in the UK, or maybe even abroad, just put them below, or just get the word out there. Like, it just makes me so angry sometimes. But this is a subject I'm really passionate about. So I hope you found this video funny or whatever. I hope you agree with me. You probably do agree with me if you live somewhere in the UK, because the buses here are terrible, horrible, horrific, disgusting. That's one thing I didn't mention actually. The buses are often disgusting. I was on a bus once and a tramp weed, and it kind of ran the whole way of the bus. Everyone was putting their feet up and screaming. It was vile. Like someone's peeing on the back of the bus. I've been on buses and guys have been snorting cocaine in front of me, and no one really cares. No one actually gives a shit about it. No one's gonna go and stop those guys snorting cocaine in front of me. It, it's just not nice. It's not nice to travel on buses anymore. Like I'm not sure how long ago it was nice, or if it ever was enjoyable to travel on a bus. But yeah, so that's the rant over. Hope you found this video interesting. Please comment, rate, maybe subscribe. Love you guys. Thanks for supporting my channel. As I said, if you've got strong views, comment them below or on my page. Bye.